Brian Higgins back with you, getting ready for Syracuse and Clemson this week. We got one of the guards, Evan Adams, here. And Evan, how'd you guys sort of push through last week? You're a four-year starter. You've seen it all. How do you guys move on from what was a tough result last week?
Tough game, tough results. You just gotta get better and better week by week. And we had to regroup and replan. That's all. And every game is different. Every situation is different. And you know what? Like, I feel like things like that happen for a reason, and it brings us closer together. So I feel like we had to regroup and reevaluate the situation.
Have you noticed over your career, especially when Coach Babers was here, that, hey, you guys have had some games like that where it's not gone right, that more often than not, it doesn't seem to affect the next week in a bad way? Is that something you've noticed over your career?
Yes, definitely. We're taught to adapt and overcome like situations that, might not be in our favor. Being an offensive lineman, especially here, like going fast, going through tempo, not every snap is going to be perfect. And, you have to have the mind of a cornerback, just wipe it when things aren't going right. So it's important to just keep your composure and just keep pushing through.
And on top of that, you guys have had changes on the offensive line this year. When Sam Heckel went down during the first week, you guys played, I think, every possible combination that could have existed during training camp. How is the chemistry coming along? Because that's tough among you guys to get comfortable with the guys you're playing next to.
We all have comfortable chemistry with each other, basically because Coach Cav expects us to know everything and play every position like we're going to play that position in the game. So everybody kind of knows each other, knows the vibe, knows the kind of feeling of playing next to each other. So that's something that Coach Cav does a great job of doing with us.
I'm curious with you. You're a guy that spent much of your career blocking in front of Eric Dungy. Now you've got Tommy DeVito, both very skilled quarterbacks, but in their own different way. How different is it for you guys to block for a guy like Dungy, who's going to take off and run a lot of the time, and Tommy, who's buying time to look for guys downfield?
Just answer my question. Dungy ran a whole bunch, and Tommy sits inside the pocket and throws. And there's no change. I mean, Dungy's definitely a guy that has earned my respect and earned the respect of many others. But I play for DeVito now, and like I do whatever is needed for him. If he needs more time, I talk to him. We communicate well, so that's one thing that we always do. I have no problem. He has no problem telling me that he needs something, and I have no problem telling him that I need something. So it's an open communication all the time.
I'd say in many ways you're a leader of this offense because you're a veteran and you've started for a long time, but the quarterback's always the leader of an offense. How have you noticed Tommy kind of take the reins of that here this year?
He's a great quarterback. I mean, if he needs something from us, he has no problem asking. Same thing with Eric. Same thing with every great quarterback that plays this game. You have to have great communication with everybody, and Tommy definitely does a good job of letting us know, like, if he needs more time back in that pocket, he'll let us know. If there's something going wrong, he has no problem telling us what's going on and what he feels like needs to be better. And I feel like he's young, but he's wise beyond his years.
All right, Evan, you guys have played Clemson tougher than anyone in the country over the course of the last 2 years. The win a couple of years ago and down to the last seconds last year. What do you look back at those two games that you can take out of that applies here this week?
You play every game like it's your last game, and you appreciate, this beautiful sport that we play. You can't go in there scared of anything. Coach Babers doesn't even like us using that word. Sorry, Coach. But you got to go in there and play every play like it's your last, and that's something that Coach Edinger has ingrained into us. Coach Babers, Coach Cav, every coach that's in our system lets us know, like, go out there and just play and have fun. Don't, like, if you out there just being miserable with this sport, like, you're not going to make it very long. Just have fun and go out there and play like you want to and play like you mean it.
I don't know what can be much more fun, right, than a sellout in the Dome this week. You played a lot of games in this building. I see the smile. How much fun do you expect it to be with all of that going on this week?
It's going to be electric. It's like, when the Dome is packed and everybody's in there, it's a whole different vibe from any other place you could play at. Our fans love us. They're insane. I love how they bring that energy and that intense focus to the game. Everybody's locked in. Everybody wants to see us do well. So it's gonna be something else.
You've seen it loud in there. You've seen it crazy. Can you imagine where the next level of that is when it is a sellout type thing and beyond maybe what you've actually seen before?
I mean, between playing in some of the great places that we play in the ACC and the Dome, it's not going to affect anything very much. I mean, it's loud in the Dome. It's very loud. Noise doesn't travel anywhere. It stays right there. So it's an experience just playing in that Dome.
All right, Evan, I know I don't have to tell you this, but have fun this weekend.
Thank you, man. I always try to and always will.
All right, that is Evan Adams. We'll see him out there on Saturday night.